Hi and welcome to another video in Colombia.
Today we are, as you can see, in a place called Guatape.
We're on a tour today and we've taken the 2-hour bus journey from Medellin and we've arrived here in Guatape and we're going to start the day with a boat journey across the man-made lake.
Yeah, so Guatape is a tiny little place and we're going to obviously do the boat journey, come back here, grab some lunch and then do a little bit of exploring of the town. It's exciting.
So let's head off. Hola.
The town of Guatape is a major tourist attraction, especially for travellers from Medellin. It's about a 2-hour bus ride from the city of Medellin, and along the way you'll pass another small town called El Peñol. Back in the 1970s, the town of El Peñol was relocated here because the Colombian government flooded the area of over 6,000 hectares of hills and valleys in order to create a network of freshwater lakes, paying off the few thousand residents of Peñol to move to higher ground. Now, the Peñol Guatape Reservoir culminates in a major dam that generates 30% of Colombia's power. In addition to generating power, the lake also generates a lot of interest from tourists, who, like us, can take a boat to explore the vast scenic waterways of what is now one of the largest lakes in the country, sitting above an underwater town. As well as enjoying the peaceful scenery of the lake, the town of Guatape sits on the shores of this man-made lake and has a lot to offer those who visit.
Our day has started off really nice and calm and peaceful. We are actually just going across a man-made reservoir that was built to generate electricity. Behind me we have the town of Guatape, which is where we're going to head back to shortly, and we're going to explore, have some lunch, and we're going to do a bit of hiking later as well, or climbing I should say. But yeah, we'll show you that. But yeah, lovely start to the day. We've got about 40 minutes on the boat. Booked this tour through Get Your Guide and it was £25 per person and includes lunch. Our tour guide has been lovely. We've been on the bus for 2 hours and she's been giving us loads of information about Guatape. El Peñol is a town that we just drove through and that got relocated in order to build this huge reservoir that we're currently going across. Yeah, really fascinating. Lots of interesting stuff to see, and Guatape is looking beautiful and sunny today, as you can see, and we can't wait to go explore it.
That was a nice tranquil boat ride around the man-made lake. You had beautiful views of the rock poking over Guatape in the background, but now it's time to head into town, have a look around and get some lunch.
And a coffee, because I feel so chilled after that. That was so calm.
It was so mellow.
We're Craig and Kirsty, a couple who have been on the road for the past 3 years, sharing our adventures around the world. Right now we're making our way through South America and exploring everything it has to offer. If you enjoy seeing new places and real experiences, please subscribe and welcome to the adventures of Tide Knot Travellers.
We've just stopped off for a bit of lunch and we're right across in the water, which is a really nice place. It's a big group of us having lunch because we're included with a tour, which is not something we normally do. But at least they had some veggie options. They had a vegan and veggie option actually. I've gone for a cheesy pasta because we've got a lot of walking to do around the town and a big walk to do later, so I thought a bit of pasta would be good. Although it's actually huge, so I don't know if I'll get through all of that. And Craig's gone for chicken, and we also get a couple of lemonades included as well. You can obviously buy more, but I think we're just going to have this and then head off out in the sunshine as soon as we can. We don't like to spend too long having lunch when we're by ourselves, but I think we kind of have to follow the group. But we get a nice guided tour around Guatape, so that'd be good.
It was an early start today, so that was a much needed lunch.
Yeah, my pasta wasn't that great. It was very cheesy and heavy, so I didn't get much eating of it. So I didn't eat that much of it, but you know, it'll do, and can't expect too much of these group tours. It's going to be hard to cook for that many people.
And like Kirsty said earlier, it's much needed energy because we're doing a walking tour of Guatape now, and then afterwards we're going to do the 173 odd steps to the top of the rock.
As we wandered around the colourful and welcoming streets of Guatape, we got a feeling of pride from the people living here. This town is made with love from the locals' dedication to its unique style. A style which is all tied in well with its interesting history. The name Guatape itself comes from the name of its indigenous ruler, Guatape, which means stones and water. The town was officially founded in 1811 and was once a farming village with an economy dependent on agriculture and mining activities. But, as we saw earlier, back in the 70s, the large hydroelectric complex was built near the town, which helped Guatape evolve politically and economically, becoming one of the most important electric production centres in the country. This, along with the influx of tourism, has made this little town wealthy and full of character, with its Zocalos depicting everyday life here through the years. It's easy to see why the town is a must-visit destination in Antioquia, Colombia. We only had one day left in this region, so we chose to do the guided tour from Medellin to help us fit everything in. But if we'd had time to stay overnight, we would definitely have taken the public bus from Medellin, which is very affordable, takes 2 hours, and drops you right in the town, where you can take a tuk-tuk over to climb the rock and then back to enjoy the town in the evening. And then maybe tour the town the next day before heading back to Medellin. If you're planning a trip to this region and have time, this would be our top recommendation and is certainly what we'd do next time.
So this is Calle del Recuerdo, which translates in English to Memory Lane.
And it's where the very first Zocalo was created. So if you come here many years ago, this would be the only colourful street you'd seen in Guatape, and it's spread around the whole of Guatape now, and it's all just full of colour.
It's really, really beautiful and very, very popular as well.
Yeah. I'm going to cool off. So needed today. That's so nice. When we went over the reservoir earlier that was put there by the electric company, it's also linked to the water here. So originally these characters were kind of disowned by the town, and everyone abandoned the town because they thought there was going to be no money here. And as a result of all the Zocalos, now the tourism has come and it's picked up, and there's money to be made here. There's now this water kind of fountain as a memorial to them. And it's nice. Needed. We've just had a little guided tour around Guatape, which is really nice, and as you can see, super colourful. And I'm about to explain to you why it's super colourful. So we stood in a place now called Zocalo Square, and behind me you can see a lot of steps made of things of colour. They've got things called Zocalos on them. So the first Zocalos were started on Memory Lane. They were first of all started off as geometric patterns. They were like colourful artwork, geometric patterns. And then they became popular by the locals here, and they started making their own versions of Zocalos. So now, in today's society, you can see all these colourful Zocalos all around Guatape, which is so beautiful. And there's 4 different types. You've got the original ones, the geometric type, and then you've got cultural ones, which are ones that are like of the rock, because the rock is seen as cultural. It's part of the landscape here, and we're going to climb it later. And then you have the religious types, which is of course church or any religious figures, and then you also have ones called the commercial Zocalos. So they've of course ones that represent the business. So if you live here and you own a business here and you don't have a Zocalo, there's real social pressure to get one, because it's part of their culture, it's part of it's their identity of the municipality, and basically you have the pressure to get one, and you kind of want to get one if you're here because it represents your business or whatever you do, even if you have a house here, because it also helps the economy, because of course us tourists love it. It's colourful, it's beautiful, it gives the place an identity, and it's kind of famous in these parts. So yeah, beautiful Zocalos. You should head here and come and see them, it's stunning. And also, all around here is very touristy, it's called Zocalo Square, it's got colourful umbrellas, and there's loads of places to get really nice chocolate. It's famous for its chocolate here too, so we should probably get some of that. Although it's super hot, so maybe chocolate ice cream, you can combine that. But yeah, loads of places to get nice coffee and chocolate and just everything you want as a tourist. We don't usually do big group tours like this, but one of the reasons we decided to do this tour today was because we wanted to have the information about this place, because it's really famous and beautiful. I wouldn't have had any of this information if it wasn't for the fact that I'd listened to the tour guide whilst Craig ran around and got all the B-roll that you've been seeing.
It's a beautiful day here today and we are absolutely scorching, so it's ice cream time. What are you going to get?
Por favor, una frutas rojas. I'm getting some red fruit. ice cream. Don't really know what it is, just frutos rojos. This looks really good and I'm so hot. I'm excited to have this. It's some red fruit. I don't know what red fruit. Frutos rojos. Gracias. Y para mi esposo, the yogurt de mango.
And I've gone for yogurt de mango. Mango's like my favourite fruit. This is what you need on a day like today. Wow.
Nice. Not bad for 5,000 pesos, which is about £1 in England. And our final stop in the town is Simon Bolivar Square, and directly behind me from the square you have the cathedral that was put here when the place became independent, thanks to Simon Bolivar. It's a pretty cool cathedral.
El agua 2,000, la cerveza 4,000.
So it's time to head back to the bus. We're jumping on the bus and driving the short journey back to the rock, which we're going to climb. Normally you do that in the mornings, but our tour guide rang ahead and got the message that it's really busy this morning, so we came to the town first to look around, and now we're going to the rock this afternoon. Hopefully it's not going to be too hot.
Yeah.
It is too hot. Can't wait to climb it. Let's go. Hola, buenas.
Air conditioning. Thankful to be getting back on this bus for a bit. It's hot out there today.
Short 5-minute journey later and we've arrived at the rock. Check this out. That's a serious amount of stairs.
That is a big rock.
And check out the landscape of this area, just green hills and lakeland. That's all this reservoir area that's been flooded. So beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Bariloche.
Dos. Gracias. Perfecto, gracias. So we just paid 20,000 pesos per person to come up here. We're now going to start the 478 steps up to the top. I am thankful to the visionary and adventurer who spent 5 days scaling this place in the first place and decided to build these steps. But wow, it's hot. Look how crazy big this place is.
Wow, look at the view in this direction. Like I said, so much like Bariloche. Oh, they've even got the stair numbers.
Oh, nice.
Number 100 already.
I stopped at 101 without realising.
Are you 101 or 102?
Oh yeah.
Wow, we're at 275 steps already. The climb goes quickly.
Yeah, it does, and it's so clever how they've managed to make it all on the one side, so the entire way up you've got this view. But it's mega busy and you do have to kind of wait behind people at times. So yeah, allow yourself extra time for
We're
that.
taking pictures going a bit slowly, and the downward steps are actually a separate staircase, but
Yeah.
we've just seen a helicopter take off well below us, which is quite strange.
Yeah.
And flying beneath us. But yeah, let's go. Just past the 500 mark. Oh, it's steep. That's it.
Wow, we made it. 708 steps I can confirm, not 478. Bit of a difference. But look at the views, it's amazing. A little bit warm now, that is for sure.
Yeah, that's one hell of a climb. And you can see evidence of people not feeling too well as they climb up as well.
Yeah, but we actually managed to do it officially in just under 10 minutes, even with a few people stopping along the way. The steps are wide enough that you can pass. But yeah, pretty happy with that. In under 10 minutes, and it's a really hot day today.
Yeah, it is really hot. We were told by our tour guide about 20-25 minutes, so smashed it.
Yeah.
You come up the initial bit, you think you've made it, and there's like a lot of tourist shops, and you walk a bit further up, follow the numbers, and then there's steps that goes off to the side and like up through a door and then a store, and then you come up onto this viewing platform. So make sure you don't stop too early.
Yeah, 360 degrees up here.
Check out the views.
This rock, just 2 kilometers from the town of Guatape, is a granite outcrop and one of the major landmarks of the region. It's thought that this famous rock known as Piedra del Peñol, or Guatape rock, has been around for millions of years and was once worshipped by the Tahami, the indigenous people that once lived here. The rock is one of the largest monoliths in the world at 220 meters tall. It sits on this list alongside the Corcovado in Rio de Janeiro, where Christ the Redeemer stands, as well as Uluru in Australia and El Capitan in Yosemite National Park. The rock became such a significant landmark that it was declared a national monument, and in 1954, 3 climbers scaled the rock for the first time using sticks attached to the rock's wall and taking 5 days to reach the top. Nowadays, there's a zigzag staircase wedged into the rock's one long crack, as the rest of the rock is almost entirely smooth. Upon arrival at the rock, we thought it looked like someone had stitched a zip up one side of it, as if to hold it together. Either way, it's now a lot easier to climb, and therefore a huge tourist attraction, which also brings in a lot of pesos to the area, causing the 2 towns of Guatape and El Peñol to argue over who the rock belongs to, which is why the rock also has several names. The views from the top and the whole way up are of course worth the effort to climb over 700 steps.
The views are outrageous, and you can see by flooding all this area, they've created literally their own little lake district.
Yeah.
It's created like loads of little private inlets and different areas of lakes. It's really beautiful.
It's a shame that the old town had to be moved, but at least they made something beautiful out of it. What goes up must go down. Thanks to getting up here nice and early, it means we had a nice hour to relax and enjoy the view, and we've just found they have some tropical flavoured Coronas up here in a couple of the little shops that they've got. Treat ourselves to a couple of cold fruit Coronas. Who knew they existed?
Delightful, yeah. I never knew fruity Coronas existed. Very happy about this situation.
Yeah, on a tropical day like this, I feel like a fruity one is justified. So yeah, we're going to enjoy this and enjoy the view, and we hope you enjoyed watching the video.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us so much and we really appreciate it. And stay tuned to see where we go next.
See you on the next one. Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.